Hello guys, how y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a good day. I decided to do a July garden tour of my little beginner's garden, starting with my beautiful, stunning hibiscus that's just blooming its head off. It's so pretty, and the flowers are so huge. Look how big they are. It's always such a joy this time of the year. This is a perennial hibiscus. Comes back every year. I have it in a really large container. And this is my little fountain that I made. It runs on a little solar battery. I just love sitting here in the morning, looking at all my flowers. I have a little sitting area right here. Here's my little succulent pot that I made. It's so pretty, the pink. I might have to take some cuttings of this and start another pot. It's getting so big. I have a Supertunia Vista bubblegum that I should probably prune, but I just don't want to cut all those flowers. I'm enjoying them. Here's the miniature rose. I have some citronella for mosquitoes. And I tried to overwinter that last year by bringing it in the garage, but it died. So this year I'm probably going to bring it inside. Try to overwinter it inside. I always try to save whatever I can save for the next year. Like all my annuals, I'm trying to save them. And I have some English ivy there. I have like a little basket there hanging. Because the fountain is sitting on like a cement center blocks. This is made of the fire pit. I spray painted it like a bronze color. But because of the plants, you can't even see the center blocks over there. So that's English ivy in there. I do have a clematis growing in there in that little pot. I'm growing that from a bare root. I'm probably going to plant it in the ground after this heat wave comes through. And I have my little hummingbird feeder there. I have a peony here. It's not blooming. It only blooms in the spring, I guess. Yeah, my little duck there drinking water. I leave that water there for my animals, for my dogs and my cat. I don't see a toad. There was a toad living in that duck. I hear quacking, but I don't see nothing. I have another fountain right there that has a little bubbler. I see it fell on its side. That's why it's not bubbling. I need to fix it. My kids were like running all in my garden chasing frogs last night, so they probably knocked that down. I have a beautiful coleus there. See, I save my coleus too in the winter. I take cuttings of it when it gets cold. I put in the water and I bring them inside, and they'll root. And in the springtime, I'll plant them. If they make it, I'll plant them outside. And I have this kind of coleus there, different kind. I have purple heart. And over there on the back, I'm just hiding my geraniums that they don't like heat. Martha Washington kind of geraniums. They are beautiful in the spring, but they don't like heat. So I just put them there for them to get some shade. This beautiful fern is I believe it's autumn Autumn Brilliance, Autumn Joy, something like that. And it has a really pretty color. Yeah, this is my first year with this one. So I'm thinking, I think it's cold resistant, but I wonder if it's gonna make it here outside in the pot. Or should I plant it in the ground? I still have some plants here that I need to plant. And I have different kinds of coleus, holly fern. Like I said, my kid's been messing in my garden and moving things around looking for frogs. Here's another pot of ivy that I have. This driftwood I got from the lake. Oh, tripping over things. I have different color bells, different colors. A ghost fern, it's so pretty. This one is so pretty. It's a very dark leaves. And the ground covers are ajuga, I believe they're called, and some creeping jenny. The ajuga, they're bloom. I have different kinds. And in the springtime, they bloom pretty blue flowers. And I have petunia, wave petunia here with the little bird. And this is my house plant that I brought outside. Forgot the name of it. Here's a bright yellow hosta. Got some birds over there. And here's another little fountain. I just keep water here for my dogs. Here's a pretty hosta. And this beautiful coleus. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to save all my coleus plants. So of course I'm going to keep you updated how that's going. I mean, last year not all of them made it, but some made it. And, little bird fountain. It has lights. It looks really pretty at night. It's getting so hot. I think it's going to be 98 degrees today. And I have this beautiful canna lilies are blooming. They have dark leaves and orange flowers. And this one here is really tall. And it's going to blooming soon, so I'm curious. I forgot what color it was. All right, let's continue our garden tour. This is front of my house. Here we have elephant ear. Oh, I just grew that one from like a bulb. I got at Home Depot this year. And behind it there's a mandevilla. It's starting to bloom. It's taking its time. That one was overwintered in the garage. Maybe that's why it's taking so long for it to get going. Here I have a gardenia. Elephant ear is just shading it. Looks like it's maybe getting ready to bloom soon. That'll be nice. Here's a supertunia. I gave that one a haircut, so that's why it's kind of looking small. And this container ended up being here. I was going to put them in the in my backyard, but I kind of like them here. And they were so heavy that I had trouble pulling that cart. So that's kind of why they're here too. So I had them on both sides of my chairs. And they don't really go with the colors here because I have pinks here. But it's okay. I like them here anyway. Out of a tropical vibe. I guess they match my chairs. And these chairs I got at Walmart. I wish they had carried them. They don't have them in stock right now. I got them on sale last year for like $50 each. And they're really nice and comfortable. And I put them together by myself. So here's that can lily I got from Walmart. I bought like a bigger container. I divided it and made those 2 pots. And there's a Miss Huff lantana. That should come back for me. And this one should be cold hardy too. In my zone, the can lily. I think it's cold hardy into zone 8, and I'm on 8A. I'm kind of on the border of 7B, so we'll see. And since this is in a container, the roots are gonna get more colder than if they were in the ground. So we'll see. But I don't have room in my garage to store everything, so I probably will take a cuttings from this lantana and root them just in case if they don't come back, and keep them inside in the winter. And there's a little elephant ear right there. Here I have my begonias, which is still doing good, even though it's hot. This polka dot plant is kind of getting out of control. I trimmed it already, and I'm actually rooting it. I have it inside of my house in the water, and they're growing roots perfectly. So that's one of the things that you can probably overwinter in your house. It's a tropical, so it probably won't survive in the garage, but I think it will survive as a house plant. So that's what I'm gonna do, so I can use it next year. Here's a little, what is it? Money tree? No, lucky tree, something like that. Isn't that cute? And the little goose. Okay. That begonia is just so pretty. And all my begonias, I mean, they're annuals, but I'm putting them in the garage to overwinter them. And they should be fine. Everything I can save, I'm going to try to save. Here's this, was it phlox? Garden phlox? And that should be in the ground, but I don't know why it's in there. I planted it there before I even knew anything about gardening. But it's been growing there, and it's coming back every year. One day I'm going to put it in the ground and put something else in there. Because I don't think you're supposed to keep that in the containers. It's pretty though. So here's another of these pots that I made. It's such a pretty color. There's a little hibiscus that I'm growing. That's a tropical one. It's supposed to be like really pretty colors, but so far I haven't gotten any blooms. I have 3 of them. They ship it in one little tiny container, and when I looked, there was 3 plants in there, so I divided them. So I have 3. Here's another one of these gardenias. And this is begonia. That one was also stunning earlier. I don't think they like that super hot weather that we have right now. But in the springtime, they're so pretty. It's still pretty. Here's a geranium I'm growing from seed. So it's going to be a surprise what color that's going to be. If it blooms, it might not bloom this season. And that also is going to be overwintered in my garage together with these little begonias. They're so tiny. Those poor things, something keeps digging them up. I think it's frogs, toads, or squirrels. So it was already, and there was another third one there, but that one didn't make it. Because I kept finding them on the ground. And I kept putting them back in there. So that's why I have all these lava rocks there to prevent whatever's digging in there from digging. So far lately, Nothing bending there. I guess they don't like the rocks, but look at how pretty that red is. So pretty. Here's our yellow mandevilla. And for some reason it's getting scorched by the sun. That's why I moved it in the shade. They're supposed to like sun, so I'm a little bit confused. But I think if I put in a bigger pot, then maybe that will make it happy. I just need to order some garden soil, some potting soil, and because I don't have any right now. And this is dahlia, but it's looking so sad. I guess it's not happy. I need to move in the sun maybe. It did have a little bloom, but that bloom was not very good. Yeah, that plant is not happy there. So here's some little transplants I'm making. This is actually Super Tunia bubblegum that I rooted from cuttings, and now it's growing in those little pots. But I heard that if you do that, they might not come back the same color, so we'll see. And here's some little impatiens that also grew from clippings. And there's a little geranium growing from cuttings. And this coleus has some different kind of begonias in there. And with all my coleus, I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be doing cuttings and trying to overwinter them inside. Begonias can overwinter in the garage. So here I have a little sitting area on my bench, fountain and the chair. So this fountain is from Lowe's. I put it on top of this large pot to make it look taller. And here I have some impatiens and vincas. Yeah, this year's my first year growing vincas, and I guess I didn't know that they like sun, and these are in the shade, so they're not very happy. They're not blooming. But impatiens like shade, so that's what I should have in here. And these impatiens I grew those from seeds actually for the first time. Here's some more coleus. And under there, I forgot the name of that one. I already trimmed that coleus one time to give that plant some more sun. But the coleus is just growing so huge again. I might have to replant that. I don't know. It was just not a very good combination. Coleus gets too big. And I have some evergreens here. See, like this one, the pot here, all this was from cuttings that overwinter from last year. This coleus and there's impatiens. So I just kept them in the water all winter long. And in the springtime, I just planted them in the ground and made this arrangement. Got my rooster and the flag. Here's a mismatched patch of pots right there that I don't know what I'm doing with, and some of them are dead. There's a fig tree that needs to be planted in the ground. And here's a monstera right there that I thought it was gonna die, but it made it somehow. It had some kind of rust disease on it. Oh gosh, I hope it's not coming back. No. But it was all rusty, like all the leaves had rust spots on it. So I sprayed it with some antifungals and whatnot. Tried to kill it and washed it, do different things. But nothing was working, so I just chopped it all down, like all the leaves. And I put it in the garage for winter time. I was in the garage all winter. So in the springtime, I took it out again to give it a chance, and well, it came back, and so far it doesn't have any disease on it. Oh, here's some hostas that I have in here. And I made a mistake planting these fig trees right by my house. That one is so huge over there on the back. That needs to be replanted because it gives too much shade for my son's room. So That's gonna have to be replanted at some point. And I have some hydrangeas here. I'm not that happy about these guys. Like the blooms are so small. This one looks a little bit better. And I have some petunias in the baskets there, which I was never good at growing petunias, so forgive me please for them looking so bad. And here's the wave petunia that didn't grow much at all from what it was when I bought it. The only petunia I can grow is that bubblegum, I guess. Hey, if you hear tooting noises, that's my shoes. So here's this garden bed. It still looks so messy. I put some mulch in there. Oh, it looks still so messy, but I guess that's just my garden. It's messy, chaotic. And I guess you can call it whimsical. Yeah, let's say that. That sounds better. So I have some impatiens in here. I moved these begonias here because they were by my house, but after that one died from right over there, I decided to move them here so they get a little bit more sun and a little bit more airflow. So hopefully that will help them. I got a little bird bath, hydrangeas, and everything here that's in the ground in front of my house, I planted last year. So it's just a 1-year-old garden. Oh, there's a hummingbird, the feeder. Look at it. How cute. Whee. Yeah, I just changed their sugar water today. It's so hot. I'm like, they need some fresh feed. So this is that Eclipse hydrangea, which I really like the color, but it's just like laying flat on the ground. I don't know. Does that need to be staked or something? So this is all like 1 year old. So that's why they're not big. Well, I was hoping they might get bigger this year, but no, especially this one here. It's not blooming. But you know, it's just, I just been doing this 1 year. I mean, I had some plants in the pots before, but everything that's in the ground is just from last year. Just planted some coneflowers there. There's a mini rose. Does that knockout petite? I really like that one. So cute. That's my house plant. I decided to take out, give it some sunshine. Dahlia, getting ready to bloom. There's some seedlings there. I'm not sure what they are. That looks like maybe black-eyed Susan. That's a dahlia. I threw some seeds in here, but I'm not very good at growing things from seeds. These guys grew though. Zinnia, really pretty color. These begonia baskets were stunning in the springtime, and now they're just hanging. This one still has so few blooms, but it was so gorgeous earlier this year. There's some one random black-eyed Susan from seed. And I got some some evergreens. Looks like that gardenia that's struggling. That's one little bloom there. Here's my goat. That's a survival from the flood from Chimney Rock. It was at one of the gift shops. She has a big crack on it. You know that Helene flooded Chimney Rock and destroyed many things in there? Well, that goat was recovered after the cleanup from one of the stores. It was in the 2 feet of mud. You know, that store was all flooded and some things survived. So they had a box of survivors that you could purchase at the discounted price. We used to have salmon goats a while ago. So I guess that's reminds me of them. Here's some dahlias. I'm not sure if they're ever gonna bloom. I mean, I just planted this dahlias this year from bare root. This one's blooming pretty. Yeah, all these things are either from this year or last year. And I have some things in pots here. We just came back from camping and those coolers are still sitting there. Waiting for my husband to put them away. And this says that New Guinea impatient. And I'm going to try to take some cuttings from that too. And see if I can grow them. And I'm going to be overwintering that too. And not much going on over here on my side garden, front garden here. Mostly just green stuff, nothing really blooming. I need to go and buy some things for here, but I'm not sure what, because this is all shade. I moved some pots here to fill up the empty spots. I moved my begonias there, and I have some things planted here that's supposed to be in the sun, so I'm probably going to be replanting them maybe in the fall. I don't know, we'll see. But I need to make some kind of plan of what I want to grow here, because like I said, you know, I'm just starting with this, so I made some mistakes. I do like these Everillo grasses. I need a couple more, like one here and one here. I had more, but I think they just died. Anyway, but these, they're kind of evergreen here in my area. And obviously they can't come back. I mean, they're perennials. So I want to get a couple more. They're expensive though. They want like $15 for a little thing of grass. But anyway, many of these things are here, they need to be in the sun, and they're not doing great. Like I have lantana and catmint and rose and balloon flowers, dahlias, you know, gomphrena. They need to be in the sun, so we're gonna be doing some rearrangements, I guess. I mean, they're still growing, they're just not thriving. So what I could plant here is probably more what I have in here, like shade plants. Like this is looking better here because it's because these are shade plants, so they're more happy. But I wanted to have blooms, flowers. That's why I planted those there. But they're not gonna really bloom if they're not happy. So I might have to figure out something else to plant here eventually. Maybe next spring. We'll put something else in here. I'm trying to work on my backyards to maybe start a little garden there. Then I could take these things out and plant it over there in the sun. I do have some hostas here. They're like shade. And these little bushes, they've been happy here. And this fern is a Japanese holly fern, I think. And this dahlia I just planted this year. Don't know what kind. I hope it's gonna bloom. And I got some lantanas. Oh yeah, this pot definitely needs some work. Now I want to eventually get some borders and mulch. Just little by little. Can't have it all at once, you know. Well, I guess unless you hire some landscaping people, then you can get it done much quicker. But the whole fun is in doing it yourself and experimenting with things, and you know, and you learn as you go. It's not going to be perfect at first, but the whole fun is just you know, working your garden. That's what this is all about. Just having fun in your garden, being outside, enjoying nature. Well, I almost forgot to show you my little side garden here. there's really not much going on in here. It's looking kind of sad. It's been so dry and the soil here is not very good. I do have some bushes growing in here and this impatiens, but they're not very happy. Gardenia. I'm still waiting for that to show any kind of bloom. My rose is already done blooming. The only thing that's doing really good here is this impatiens, but I see some bugs are eating it. I just trimmed this petunia back, so hopefully that will rebound. Here's another rose that's done blooming. That's not much going on in here, really. Like nothing really wants to grow in this area. Maybe that's where I'm gonna plant this snow on the mountain. Maybe that will grow in here, because it's just so rocky here and the soil is just not very good and it's shady. Yeah, I planted some seeds in here, like black-eyed Susans. I mean, I planted a whole bunch of seeds in here, but the only thing that really grew was black-eyed Susan, but it just looks so messy. So I'm not gonna do that next year. They're probably gonna reseed themselves, so I don't know. That was a mistake planting this here. See, I had some different last year. I had those hostas and impatiens around it, and that looked better. It looked like nicely organized, but this is just a mess here. So yeah, definitely this area next year, we're gonna have a different plan for this, because yeah, that didn't work out. Oh, but there's some pretty flowers there. I mean, I do enjoy them individually, but as a whole, it just it's a chaos. I will show you my elephant ear here. They just loving their life here. And these were like really small bulbs from Home Depot, like the little ones. I planted them this spring. It's crazy. And my little arrangements here that I made. So yeah, that's my sad looking side garden here. Alright guys, thank you for watching. That concludes my front garden tour for beginning of July. And I'll see you later. Bye.